The moment your paycheck hits your bank account, you have exactly 15 seconds before your brain starts making terrible financial decisions. I'm not kidding. 15 seconds is all it takes for most people to mentally spend money they haven't even seen yet. Your brain starts calculating how much you can blow on that new gadget, how many times you can order takeout this month, or whether you can finally afford those shoes that have been sitting in your online shopping cart since last Tuesday. But what if I told you that those same 15 seconds could be the difference between staying broke forever and actually building real wealth? What if there was a simple routine you could follow every single time you get paid that would automatically put you ahead of 90% of people financially? My name is David, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, stewardship, and how to turn every paycheck into lasting wealth instead of watching it disappear. If you're tired of wondering where all your cash goes every month and you actually want to build something meaningful with your income, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that like button if this information helps you out. Here's something that might shock you. The average person has no clue what happens to their money after they get paid. They know their rent gets paid somehow, food appears in their kitchen, and their Netflix subscription magically renews itself. But beyond that, it's complete financial chaos. They're basically financial sleepwalkers stumbling through life, wondering why they never have anything left over at the end of the month. The reality is that most people treat their paycheck like a surprise birthday gift instead of treating it like the powerful wealth-building tool it actually is. They get excited when it arrives, spend most of it on random stuff they probably don't need, and then spend the next 2 weeks eating cereal for dinner and checking their bank balance obsessively. But successful stewards do something completely different. They have a system, they have a routine, and that routine starts the moment their paycheck arrives. As Luke 14:28 NIV teaches, suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? The secret is understanding that your paycheck isn't just money you earned. It's your future financial freedom chopped up into monthly installments. Every dollar that comes into your account is a tiny building block that can either contribute to your wealth or disappear into the black hole of mindless spending. Most people approach their finances backwards. They pay all their bills, buy whatever they want, and then try to save whatever's left over. Spoiler alert, there's never anything left over. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a giant hole in the bottom and wondering why you can't hold any water. The people who actually build wealth flip this entire process on its head. They pay themselves first, allocate every dollar with intention, and make their money work as hard as they do to earn it. They understand that financial success isn't primarily about making more money, although that certainly helps. It's about having a system that works regardless of how much you earn. Proverbs 21:20. NIV says, "The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down." If you make $50,000 a year and you save and invest 10% of it consistently, you're going to be in better financial shape than someone who makes $100,000 a year but spends every penny they earn. The person making less money but following a system will retire with peace, while the higher earner may still be working because they never learned to manage what they had. Before you can build wealth, you need to know exactly where your money's going. Not some vague idea about your major expenses, but a precise understanding of how every dollar gets allocated. The first step in our paycheck routine is something that sounds boring, but is absolutely critical. Determine what percentage of your income goes toward true necessities. These are the things you literally cannot live without: housing, rent or mortgage, food that keeps you alive, basic transportation, essential utilities, and healthcare. Notice I didn't include your premium cable package, your unused gym membership, or your 17 streaming services. Those might feel necessary, but they're not required for survival. Here's where most people get this completely wrong. They convince themselves that everything is a necessity. That expensive car payment becomes essential transportation. The daily coffee shop visits become necessary fuel. But if you're spending more than 60% of your take-home pay on true necessities, you're either living somewhere too expensive for your income, or you're calling luxuries necessities. Once you know your true necessity percentage, you'll know exactly how much money you have available for everything else. Everything else is where the magic of stewardship happens. The second critical step happens before you even think about spending on anything fun or optional. Make sure you're staying current on any debt payments you might have. This isn't about paying off all debt immediately, but about protecting your credit and avoiding late fees that can destroy your progress. Proverbs 22:7. NIV is blunt. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender. Your credit score is like your financial reputation. Make your minimum payments on time every time, and your credit will take care of itself. This step isn't glamorous, but it's the foundation everything else is built on. Now that we've covered the foundation, it's time for something most people ignore until it's too late: building an emergency fund. An emergency fund is money set aside for when life throws you a curveball: car repairs, medical bills, job loss. The goal is 3 to 6 months of living expenses in a liquid, boring, high-yield savings account. Philippians 4:6-7, NIV tells us, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." When you have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved, you sleep differently. You walk with more confidence because you know an unexpected storm won't sink you. Once your emergency fund is established, you've graduated from survival mode to wealth building mode. Step 4 is investing for your future self. If your employer offers matching contributions in a retirement plan, Capture that free money first. It's essentially a guaranteed 100% return. Beyond the match, aim to invest about 10% of your gross income for retirement. Start early and let compound interest do the heavy lifting. As 1 Timothy 6:6 NIV reminds us, but godliness with contentment is great gain. You don't need fancy strategies. A simple, diversified index fund that tracks the market is often enough. The key is consistency over decades. After handling retirement contributions, tackle non-mortgage debt using either the avalanche, highest interest first, or snowball, smallest balance first method. Pick one and stick with it. Then you can explore Roth IRAs or taxable brokerage accounts for additional growth. The final and most important step is automation. Set up automatic transfers the day after your paycheck hits so your money moves according to your plan without relying on willpower. Final encouragement: you don't need more income to start building wealth. You need a faithful system. Treat every paycheck as a gift from God to steward wisely. Pay yourself first. Build margin. Eliminate foolish debt. Invest consistently. Pray for wisdom. As Proverbs 21:20 IV says again, the wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down. Choose wisdom. Build faithfully. Live with contentment in Christ. If this helped you see a better way to handle your paycheck, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Drop a comment. What's the first step you're going to automate this month? May the Lord give you wisdom, discipline, and provision as you steward what He's entrusted to you. Shalom.